whether you're in a season of like uncertainty or fear or doubt or anxiousness, which oftentimes I find myself in because I'm a 20-year-old trying to navigate life independently through this music business. I just know that I'm meant to bloom wherever I'm planted. Like, I'm meant to bloom there. Even though I don't have it all figured out, I'm meant to grow there and I'm meant to flourish there. So for me, that's new beginnings. It's a new chapter, but you can also trust it.
Right about now, you are listening to the Future Ancestors podcast. On behalf of my co-host, Kathryn Serrano, I go by the name of Jason Encite. Now, in today's episode of Future Ancestors, we have a special guest from the other side of the Atlantic. And you know how I do with my intro, so let me get it started. When you first release a song and it gets pressed in Billboard in the United States and Complex in the Philippines at the same time, you start to say to yourself, hold up, I need to check this artist out. And when you hear her sing for the first time, you get it. She's someone you need to hear again. Now, at only 20 years old, Hillari has accomplished so much, but from what we've already seen, she sets new goals to achieve with her phenomenal singing voice. She has earned 2 Norwegian Grammys, aka Spelman, did I get that right? Nominations for New Artist and Best R&B Soul Artist. She's also nominated for a Music Moves Europe Award. Back in the homeland, the Philippines, her song Loyal was a top 10 viral hit, as well as one of the top Shazam songs in the country. See, check that out. Norway, Philippines, put it together. She's performed in the legendary Munch Museum in Oslo, and this year released her new sophomore EP, New Beginnings, with a corresponding tour. So right before she does her debut headlining concert in New York City, we are blessed she was able to give her time and share a little bit of her journey with us today. So how did this happen? Like her song said it best, only God. So welcome to the Future Ancestors podcast, Hillari.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was an amazing introduction. I was like, wow, that was a run. Now, thank you for having me here.
No, thank you for coming through. So we're going to get this thing started. Okay.
And congratulations on everything you've done
Yes.
thus far.
Thank you so much.
Especially so young.
I know.
20?
Mhm.
Oof.
We were just talking about it. We were just like,
I know.
I could be
Yes.
your daughter, girl.
You could.
be your father.
My son is actually older than you.
Yeah, that too.
By a year, thankfully, not to age myself too much. But so you're in town doing your first headlining concert in New York City. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling so gassed for my headliner show in New York. And just what makes this so special, though, is my first time here in New York was literally 5 months ago, like around March.
Oh.
And I never had any kind of like expectations that I was going to do my first abroad international show here in New York. So that just kind of like happened. And again, only God. And so it just kind of happened, and I feel it feels like a special thing that it's actually in New York, that it's specifically New York.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So you grew up Filipino-Norwegian. How's that dual identity shape both your music and the way you move?
Honestly, it hasn't, for the Filipino side, it has more so influenced me. For the Norwegian side, I'm looking forward to see how that influences my music in the future. But definitely, you know, like growing up in the Philippines with my grandmother, I remember she used to pay me like Filipino pesos just to entertain my uncles and my grandmothers and everybody in the neighborhood that would come into our house, and she would just be like, entertain them, anak, entertain them, you know? And so I would just be like, okay, let's go. And so I think from the very beginning, I had that in my blood to just entertain people and just to make them happy and feel something. And that was when I was 8 years old. But when we moved back to Norway with my mom and my sister, that's when I had to kind of like relearn the language in Norway and had to adapt to the culture, to the new culture. And the thing is, this was like the moment where everything was so new to me, but I held on to that one thing that I knew my whole life, and that was music. And so that was kind of like, you know, from the age of 8 to 16, that was kind of like a period where I invested a lot of my time alone because I just felt like, oh, this is a new place for me, but I'm gonna just hold on to this one thing, music. And so that was kind of like me unknowingly, I guess, sharpening my skills at that time, but I just did music for fun. So I was just like, it's just a hobby. So I really didn't have any plans of being an artist whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really don't sound like it.
I know.
Training like your whole life for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so the Filipino culture and the environment that we have in the Philippines definitely shape a lot in my upbringing, in my faith, and how I move in the music industry and my music. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So wait, where's your family from in the Philippines, and how have they reacted to your success?
So I'm from a very small island called Negros Occidental, but to make it more specific, I'm from Bacolod city, so it's a very small city, and we speak Ilonggo over there. So I'm not the most fluent person in Tagalog, so we speak Ilonggo there, and I'm telling you, like, especially with small towns and small cities, you guys can probably relate. Like, they will show up, and every person on Facebook, they'll be like, that's my relative, that's my cousin right there. And I'm like, wait, which family? So it's funny because they just know how to show up and they know how to cheer for our people. Like, that's what I love about us. We just know how to show up for our own people.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And my family's from Iloilo, so we're just
Come
right
on.
there, yes.
Meant to be.
So, like I always say too, like, oh, like, it's similar languages, but there's little differences. Like I always say, like, you don't say bagoong, you say ginamos. It's different.
Right.
It's the same shrimp, like condiment, but
It's
we have a
just
different
different.
word for it. You don't say
Yeah.
bichikoy. If we say bichikoy, they say bito bito. Like,
Yeah.
but it's still the same family.
Or like
but we have that
bahay,
similar
balay.
crew. Exactly. So,
It's
gang,
interesting.
Gang, gang.
It is. It is.
For real. All right. So when you first dropped Desperate Soul and people started paying attention, what was going through your mind?
Ooh. That was the moment when I was just like, it's getting serious. That was like my first reaction to it because I remember when I released Desperate Soul, I was still in high school. I was still 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I remember when I released that, it was getting a lot of traction in Toronto for some reason. And so at that moment, that was kind of like when things were rolling and, different labels started reaching out to me, like all independently, just like as a 17-year-old, like getting DMs from labels and big producers and stuff. And I remember as I was in high school, I told my mom, like, okay, Mom, I'm seeing that there's quite some opportunities and some cool people that wants to work with me in Toronto. And I was just like, I think I want to do something in Toronto, but I don't know how to do it. And she's like, well, do you know anybody there? And I'm like, I don't know nobody. I don't know who I'm going to sleep. So she said to me, okay, let me go find a random Filipino auntie so that you can couch surf at her place. So that's what we literally did. She found through a friend. We don't even know her, but she was just like a random Filipino auntie that wanted to help out another Filipino girlie. And I just couch surfed at her place in Toronto. And I was still 17, so I was still doing my exams while I was in Toronto. So I flew out there and then just doing my exams while kind of like hustling on the side, just like, meeting these producers and these labels. So that was a moment when I released Desperate Soul. I was just like, oh, things are really starting to roll in and it's getting serious. Yeah.
That's amazing.
See, I know you're 20 now. We say that, but then go back, you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, you were starting as a teenager. That's crazy.
So wait, how old were you when you first started writing Desperate Souls? And
I think I was 17.
17 is when
17.
you okay.
Yeah, that was kind of like the moment when I started.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been writing ever since like when I was 8 years old. So
that's what I want to know.
Yeah, because I remember I wrote my first official song ever that I kept to myself. And everybody, like, nobody has heard it before, not even my team. But I wrote this song called Fight My Battles. I was like, deep. But, growing up in church, it was always like that type of concept. And so I remember I just shared it to my youth leader, and then they kind of just like encouraged me to sing, to just sing and just use my gifts. And that's kind of like where I think I got to really nourish and water my gifts more and just my talent more. And that's kind of like how I understood how to sing and just how to be comfortable in my singing.
And that's in Norway.
Actually, no, it was in it was in Norway.
Okay.
But I always have been writing in English because in the Philippines, we speak a lot of English. For some reason, yeah.
Yeah. So you've described your projects as sonic journals. When you're creating, do you think more about documenting your life or for yourself or how listeners will receive it?
I think it goes hand in hand, actually, because as I'm somehow journaling about my life, I have this one hope in my mind that I hope that this can also help other people navigate their life. Because I grew up with a mother that she would always encourage me to do journaling every single morning since I was 8 years old. So I remember like every morning she would say like, before you even say good morning to me, before you say good morning to the family, say good morning to God, say good morning to yourself by writing in this journal. So that's what I did. So ever since from a very young age, she taught me how to journal just to navigate the world around me, to navigate my feelings, my thoughts. Because in Filipino culture, we don't really talk about our feelings like that.
Yeah.
But she was like, solution. So she gave me a journal from a young age, and that's when I kind of started how to write. That's when I started how to just understand my feelings more. And I think that helped me a lot. And my biggest wish is just that it will also help other people.
That's awesome. Kudos to
When
mom.
she said that, I was like, that was the first thing. I was like, wow, your mom
Yeah.
is amazing, because that's not usually the
It's not
process.
normal, I know.
But usually get over it,
Yeah,
Figure it out. Yeah,
and then
Yeah, right.
whatever. You
Not
know?
right, yeah.
But your mom had that
Big
like,
shout
that
out to
vision.
her.
Yeah, big up
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, big up.
So how do we translate this from journaling to music? Let's talk about your songwriting process. So where do you usually get the ideas from? Does it start from the journals, or you just start writing lyrics or composing the music?
Honestly, it starts it varies from, seasons to seasons, but how I usually do it lately is that I start actually from journals. Like with my journals I write, like somehow me just navigating through my thoughts and my feelings, but sometimes I also write poems. And out from those small poems that I write, it's just like, okay, how can I break it down to lyrics? Like, let me go dive deeper into it. And whenever I go to the studio, whenever I feel something like an instrumental or just a beat that kind of resonates, that has that expression of that one specific poem that I've just written, that's when I kind of like see if they go hand in hand and if they match together. And that's kind of how I go about with it. But the other way around that I kind of like often do as well is I go to a studio session. I just ask my producer, just like, yo, just let's do something melodic and slow, or just like something chill. He'll put on that and I'll just literally close my eyes and then just start freestyling. Because I love freestyling. That's kind of like my thing. And just like going with the flow and trusting yourself with your talent. That's the
great
best feeling.
That's awesome. That's a great exercise to like
Yeah.
just trust your gut,
Exactly.
follow yourself. That's beautiful.
You just
Especially,
flow with the music. too.
Exactly.
You
That's
just
the
let
best
the
feeling.
emotional part out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just.
and then to see the magic that comes from it, from
Yeah.
just flowing and
Just
trusting
flowing.
yourself.
Right. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's the best feeling.
So your latest project is called New Beginnings. What does that title mean to you?
Right. It means everything. It means everything to me. It's I was like, I had to. But it's been everything for me, especially now that I'm 20 and just like kind of navigating through life in my 20s, just thinking about the bigger picture of like who I am without music, or who am I really without these people? Who am I? Or just like, what is actually my purpose? Like the bigger questions in life. And New Beginnings is basically about, I have this saying that I always kind of have a reminder when I think about the word New Beginnings, and it's, I'll bloom wherever I'm planted. And for me, that's New Beginnings, because whether you're in a season of like uncertainty or fear or doubt or anxiousness, which oftentimes I find myself in because I'm a 20-year-old trying to navigate life independently through this music business. And so for me, it's like whether I'm in those spaces of like just don't know where I'm going, I just know that I'm meant to bloom wherever I'm planted. Like I'm meant to bloom there, even though I don't know everything. Even though I don't have it all figured out, I'm meant to grow there and I'm meant to flourish there. So for me, that's New Beginnings. It's a new chapter, but you can also trust it.
Yeah.
You're meant to grow there, yeah.
I love that.
For her, I'm like talking to her, but I'm like, for seeing this is where the parent comes in.
Yeah.
At 20, being self-aware is not something easy to come by. And you're
Yeah.
already saying that right now. So it's like, I can look at her and be like, yo,
Yeah, I love how introspective you are.
Exactly.
You know, and self-aware. The questions that you're asking yourself now at 20. It's amazing.
yeah, you didn't want to see me at 20. I was not there. So it's good to see like that you have that in you. So like also being 20, this is the one thing that like that comes across my mind is you're already traveling, touring across different continents. At 20 years old, trying to navigate what's going on, but also making your dreams come true. So, is there that moment where you're like, I can't believe this is my life that
Oh,
you've experienced so far?
yo, I'm telling you, it's every day. It's in every time I wake up, I'm just like, yo, like today I was like, I'm in freaking New York. What? You know, like I remember when I was 8 years old, I was just like, one day I'll be in New York doing something.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what that something was. But every day that's kind of like just a daily gratitude that I'm actually walking in the steps that I've always wanted to. But again, that's really all God, really, for me, because it's something that I've dreamt of, and it's just something that I've surrendered, and it's just like, oh wow, it's actually happening. Yeah,
You said a major word, surrender. That's key.
yeah, it is.
A lot of people try to control, but the fact that you're free and you kind of flow and you've surrendered,
yeah,
God's blessed
Yeah.
you with exactly where you are.
100%.
Knock down. You hit that one right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. So your live version of Only God gave us chills.
Oh,
Can you talk about how that whole thing came together? The
Yep.
live version was amazing.
thank you so
Amazing.
much. Honestly, it was such a last minute thing too. So the plan was, it was actually a shoot, like a live setup that we are gonna have for another song called Dangerous. But then since it was just like such a nice setup, we were like, wait, why not just do every song in the EP, you know?
Yeah.
So we just did that, and it was all a freestyle. And I think that's what it made it so, like, we didn't have no rehearsals for Only God. So we were just like, let's just play it by ear. Let's just have fun. Let's just feel it. Let's just embrace.
It didn't
So I
come
think-
off like that. It
No,
came
no,
off
but-
like you had produced the whole thing. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, that's probably why also it connects or resonates with people even more, because it's as real as it can get.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know about this, but I saw one person who was just like, yo, Kyrie Irving reposted this. I was like, what? And all my Filipino brothers, they were just like,
Of course.
yo, do you know how big this is? And I'm like, I didn't know. So for me, like, just seeing how much it connects with people, I was just so humbled. I was like, that's crazy.
It's amazing. Like it's so amazing. When I saw it, I was just like, holy shit.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you.
I can't wait to have her on. And I mean, if you would bless us with, a little later, maybe a little for our guests that are watching, maybe later.
Well, that was the
after.
whole conversation, how we were excited to meet you, because just hearing that alone, and I'm like, damn, this girl got some game right now.
Yeah.
And there's Filipino artists that are great, and there's no doubt. So that's something that, like, when I talk to her about, I'm like, we need to get this girl on. And it's so awesome.
I'm humbled. Thank you. And it's
Oh
really
no,
just
we're
the
humbled.
beginning.
No,
It's really just the
we're
beginning.
humbled.
I mean, that's the thing. You're only 20, so it's like sky's the limit for you. Your career can go wherever you want.
Exactly.
And you've already started with the foundation of surrender, which is amazing.
Yeah.
To see where God's gonna take it, I have chills. Like it's gonna be.
Yes.
I'm excited to watch your journey.
Thank you.
So now, hearing responses like Kyrie Irving, big up to Jersey. He's from Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're both from
Dude,
Jersey. So
Come on, East Coast.
yeah, so
There's something about the East Coast people that I love. It's always like, whenever I vibe with people, I'm like, wait, where are you from? And they're like, New Jersey or, Chicago, New York. I'm like, that's why.
yes.
That's why.
Oh yeah, with no complaints over here. So with all these experiences, like hearing the responses like this, is there have been like a fan encounter that you can remember that stuck out the most to you, or even just any live moment you've been working on that
100%. Yeah. I remember I was in the Philippines for about 2 years ago, my debut year, 2023. And around that time, Loyal was, having some traction in the Philippines. So me and my team were like, okay, let's go to the Philippines all independently. So we set up this intimate acoustic concert just for me and my family. I call my audience family. And so I set up an acoustic concert all independently, and I just posted it on my socials, and I was just like, I don't know how many people will come, but, go ahead. And so they packed this whole thing, and then towards the end of the show, there was this one family member. This guy literally came up to me. He showed me, he pulled up his sleeves. He was just like, and then I saw he tattooed my freaking name and my logo. I was like,
What?
I was like, yo, that was not what I had expected at all. And in my mind, I was just like, bro, this is my first year as an artist. What if you don't like the rest of my music next year? You know? But I was just so shocked, and he radiated the best energy, and he was just like,
That is crazy.
such a supportive family member.
You have a
now.
picture of that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I actually
Show
do.
us later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
have
you
to show
can
you later.
show
Yeah,
us
yeah.
that or
No,
send that to us.
I definitely will.
That's
I definitely will.
crazy.
Yeah, that was wow. That was like one of the moments that I was just like, okay, this is my first year as an artist, and already experiencing this is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know how I would react. That's
No.
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if my mom would even do that.
You see, you don't know the impact you have on people. Like, that's the thing with the creative arts.
Yeah.
It's like
It's insane.
you inspire people. It doesn't matter when or where. Sometimes the music.
It's crazy what music can do, really.
Oh, for sure.
Music is really for the soul. It
really is.
It attracts people on some different level.
It does. It does. So outside of music, what are your guilty pleasures or rituals that keep you grounded?
Ooh. Outside of music, I mean, I've already mentioned it, but journaling definitely. And I think just going out for a walk. I think it's such a Norwegian thing to do. Just like, even though it's like a 45-minute walk, like me and my best friend, we will always go out for like long walks. Just because it's kind of like a culture thing. It's just a nice kind of like practice to get your,
I do the same thing. I
Yeah.
take long walks as well.
yeah, it's the best.
It like helps me decompose.
No, exactly. So
Decompress.
I enjoy that.
decompose.
But also
Decompress.
decompress. Yeah,
But they say the sunlight. it
the sunlight.
does.
Yeah.
Just so my wife told me, stop wearing sunglasses. Just give 5 minutes. Let the sun
Hit your eyes.
hit your eyes.
Really.
So that's
Yeah.
part of it. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you're walking, maybe try
Definitely.
to alternate.
Yeah.
That gives you that energy too.
Yeah.
So all right. So speaking of outside, so you're always outside touring the world now. Touring and creating can be intense. So what's one thing you always carry with you when you're on the road for comfort?
Ooh, for comfort. Damn, I actually didn't bring my teddy bear this round. I was gonna bring my teddy bear because it helps me sleep sometimes. But what I definitely do bring is that, and I think that's that. I don't
Just
bring
a
too
teddy
much. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't bring too much.
Okay. So if you weren't making music,
Mm.
what's another passion or career you would be doing instead?
Oh, girl, I already know. Because I was so determined to go this way. Because, in high school and in college, I didn't have any,
Candies?
I didn't have any plan Bs actually. Like, I was just like, I am either going to be a realtor or a business owner within fashion. And so it was either both of them. Yeah. Because I was just like the concept about just owning something that was very interesting to me. But now I own my music, and so it's kind of like the same thing. But if it wasn't for music, I think I'd definitely like be a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you in fashion too. I love the way that you dress.
Yes.
So I could see
That's right.
I
You
could
can
see you
still
doing
do
that
that
too.
too.
I know. I'm like, that's
I
the
mean, it
thing.
goes
You're in
hand
that
in
good
hand.
place. You can do it all.
100. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. So you were nominated for Best New Artist and R&B Soul at the Spelman Award. Is that I'm pronouncing that right? Spelman?
Spelleman.
Spelleman.
Hey.
Okay.
Come on.
Spelleman.
Okay, so I wanted to get it right. Spelleman.
Spelleman.
I don't know. That sounded like reggae to me. Spelleman.
Spelleman.
No. Like I'm getting Buju Banton. in me.
Spelleman.
All right, sorry. What was that whole experience like?
It was so special because I remember I got that news when I was back in LA. And then as I was just working, my team called me. And then on FaceTime, I saw my parents was on the FaceTime. I was like, what is going on? Why is everybody here?
Yeah.
And then they just shared that news to me. And then they screen recorded that moment when I heard it.
Oh, I'm glad
And
you captured it.
yeah, they had to capture it. And so I was very happy about the fact that my work got recognized. Just, it was my first debut year too as well. So it meant a lot that it got recognized for what it was, and just having that as a motivation to just, keep it going.
Yeah. That doesn't always happen for people when they start. So
It really
it's-
doesn't.
Yeah, that's blessed.
It was blessed. yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. So being recognized so early, how do you stay grounded when, with all this success?
Ooh, man, I think my family is a big part of it. Definitely, like just in our culture, being so family oriented.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I really value a lot. Just being with your family, and remember that you're not just your work as well. You're not just an artist. I'm not just Hillari the artista. I'm also Hillari the daughter that that folds her clothes, or just like, that has to manipo all the titas and titos, and
You ain't
it's
doing
like,
that with us, though.
not,
Yeah, I know.
not yet, not yet,
Nah.
not yet. No, we're taking it easy.
Yeah.
Nah. So it's just like, just being with family and remember who you are outside of your work and what you do. Because just remembering who I am, that I'm so much more than just what I do. I'm just Hillari too. Yeah.
I love that. I love how your parents did a great job. I love
Shout
how
out to my mom and my dad.
so grounded.
Thank
It's beautiful.
you. Thank you.
So when you look at it, you're starting now. How do you see yourself? Like in 10 years, and you get to look back, what do you think, that people would say about you in your career?
Ooh. I actually want to hear the question again, just so that I can actually answer it clearly.
Okay, so when you look back at your career 10 years from now,
Yeah.
what do you hope they'll say about you?
Oof. Household name. I would say that that's like my main goal. Just being a household name, not within any specific genre, but just like a household name, like creating a lane for itself. Like I don't feel like any Filipino has done that before. So for me, just being a household name of like a Filipino artist that has carved her own path within making her own sound within gospel, R&B, but pop, but also like just a mixture of everything, and just being a household name and for originality. I think that's that. Just making sure that I'm not following any other footsteps than my own, and just continue to be patient with following the path of originality and what makes people something, just like something real and something genuine. Yeah. So for me, just being a household name for realness, for authenticity. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Your parents did such a great job. Sorry. I'm a mom, so I'm just like, oh my God. I hope that my kids like talk like
That's
this
what
when
we all
they're
hope,
interviewing.
honestly, because we have
Seriously.
kids in the arts, and
Yeah.
this is the thing that we hope for.
Yeah.
She's on the way, and then I'm on that beginning
Yeah,
stage. So
right.
Yeah.
Nah,
something to look
you guys are
forward
gonna
to.
do amazing. You guys are.
So we have one last question.
Let's go.
I know that you're only 20, but you are a future ancestor.
Yeah.
So as a future ancestor, what do you hope your legacy is?
Wow. My legacy that I want to have in the future is being, I guess, recognized for making music that is for the soul, that moves and touches people. Because that has always been my thing. Even before I debuted officially as an artist, there was something about me and the word for the soul that I just connected with so well. And it's just like, we're just so much more than human beings, it's way deeper than that. And so for me, just creating a legacy that's like for the soul, that makes you feel something, that moves your spirit a little bit different.
I love that. That's amazing.
Music for the soul.
Yes, yes.
And you showed it, so I'm
I mean, I definitely feel
Yes,
it,
I
especially
feel
with that
it.
live performance. That's
Thank
exactly
you.
what I felt. So it
Thank
makes
you.
sense that that's
like for me, it's like that ASMR. Like you do the earworm.
Music.
Like I
Yeah.
know the vibration. So they say that the
Yeah.
vibes come from
Yeah.
vibrations, and that's perfect example where you actually can feel it coming over. So, all right. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you
here.
so
So this is
Yes.
our game portion
Come on.
of the
Yes.
episode.
We
So
love
we
that.
got a couple of games here.
Let's do
so
it.
we'll
Let's do
start with our rapid
Rapid.
fire.
Yes.
Who would like to start? Would
You
you
can
want?
start.
You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite album?
Oh my gosh, stop it right now. I would actually go for now. I will go Frieden by Daniel Caesar. I don't know if I pronounced it right though, because it's such a difficult English word, but Frieden.
So I'm not familiar with that girl. So you got to school me on this. So
With Daniel
okay.
Caesar?
What-
Daniel Caesar, yeah.
Oh, you said Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
the album. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the name of the album?
Frieden.
Okay, I gotta
Yeah.
check that one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's having a hard time.
No, I'm in that. See, this is what I'm like. Oh, let me.
Say it again.
Frieden?
All right, next one. Let's move.
Yeah.
Let's move. Next one.
So what's something people don't know about you?
Oh, damn! I can't swim, bro.
You can't swim.
No.
I can't either.
Hey,
I could like Don't
Yeah,
that.
exactly. But that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for making me
In the
actually
hot
not
tub,
feel
hot
alone.
tub only.
Yeah, that's it. But also the thing is, I can't even go swimming like that because I have cold allergies, which means that every time there's a cold wind, I get rashes. So that's also one thing that people don't know about me. Yeah, so it's mad weird. I can't be in the water for too long. It's mad weird.
Oh wow, that is weird. What is
I-
that?
I get it. I got people with eczema in my family, and I'm like, and I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's like they have to deal with that too, with the
Yeah,
chlorine, the whole nine. You
No,
know.
we just have like I think we have sensitive. Well, we're islands, right? So
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
have
it's
colds like
not-
that over
Island,
there. So
yeah.
that's why. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right. Name a food from Norway we should try.
Ooh. Shut Say it. Say it.
See, I'm not gonna ask you to repeat it.
Shug bullet.
Shit bullet.
It says it's not what you say.
Wait.
Bullet. Like, what is it?
Yeah, but low key, yeah. Shit
Shit
bullet.
bullet.
Shit bullet.
Bullet.
I can't-
Okay, you
shit
Ilongo,
bullet.
you know that sound like bolet, right? Like, is okay. So that's the
Shit.
Ilongo word for poet. It's bolet. So that just I'm like
Yeah.
cross genre.
Yeah,
right?
nah. So basically, it's like the Norwegian meatballs. So
Oh.
imagine IKEA meatballs, Swedish meatballs.
Yeah.
We also have that. That's kind of like a similar thing. So if you like IKEA Swedish meatballs, I think you love Norwegian.
I wonder where you
Meatballs.
do you know
Is
if
it like a
there's way to get
gravy
that out
too?
here?
Like,
Yeah, it is a gravy.
okay.
So it's like
You eat
Norwegian.
that with noodles, rice,
Oh, there's no rice or noodles. It's
No.
only potato.
potato. You know, my ass is gonna bring the rice cooker out and put the rice.
But actually, my dad, it's such an offense for the Norwegian culture, but we do it anyways. Like, we do Norwegian meatballs with potato and rice. That's how we do it at
You
home.
double carb.
That's how we do it at home.
Yeah, before Jollibee came out here, we were doing like the chicken out here, and we would go to the Chinese restaurant and get the white rice,
I
and then
can't.
Oh my
we would do that.
gosh.
That was Filipino.
I
I
cannot.
mean, we
That's
gotta,
Filipino style.
it's either our way or the highways.
Yeah, exactly.
So outside of your own music, what would be a karaoke song that you would sing?
Something Alicia Keys for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If I ain't got you, no one, So I feel like definitely something Alicia Keys, because that's the type
That's
of
your
music that I grew up in.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Okay, share a quote you always go to.
Ooh. Yo, there's so many. I need to rethink. But I think, oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, so the thing is, I don't even know how this quote came about. I think, oh my gosh, I think this is one of the quotes that I have in my journal though. But it says, "There is a garden within me waiting to be watered." It's one of the things that I wrote back when I was like 17 and I was just like going through a really tough time, and I would always remind myself that there's a garden within me waiting to be watered. So, just nourishing your spirit,
It's like
your soul.
filling your cup.
Yeah.
Aww.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna have to use that too. All right.
So dream venue to perform.
Madison Square Garden.
Ah, okay. That was quick.
Yeah, I
She
already
knew.
know.
She
I
knew.
already know.
Step one is already.
You know?
So
I already
Exactly.
have my
Good to
time
see
length too. I was just like,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I love that.
awesome. All right, last one for our rapid fire portion. Filipino food you crave the most.
bangus with okra and rice. So we do it the Bacolod style
Yeah,
though. So we
okay.
do bangus and then with like caramelized onions, the best.
I love
And then we do like an okra. I won't say okra stew, but it's like okra with different sauces on it, and then rice. That's the best thing. And then eating with hands.
Yes.
I
Done.
didn't do that. I have a lot of fans from Bacolod too.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know where the spots are.
Do you cook?
I do cook certain food.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is limited.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Mine is limited. I'm
mine's
still
like
learning.
adobo,
Yeah.
like
I'm still
talong.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
But I'm on my way. You need to teach me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I
Oh
got
yeah,
you.
we got to do that sit
My
down.
family's from Pampanga, so we cook differently than you
Yeah.
guys. But
All right. Yeah.
But we know how to cook.
Oh,
Hey.
Hey, just say food. I'm there.
Yeah.
Real.
All right, so we got one more game. This is our this or that. So all you got to do
Perfect.
is pick one or
Yep.
the other. All right. Okay, okay, you can start. it.
Sure. So collaborating with legends or finding new talent.
Legends.
Recording session or performing live.
Performing live.
Okay.
Now touring big festivals or intimate or performing in intimate spaces.
Oh my gosh. I'm the most indecisive person when it comes to that. But I think The first one. Big
Touring
festivals.
for-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Vulnerable and raw, or bold and unapologetic?
Vulnerable and raw.
Okay. And planning everything or going with the flow?
Yo, that's the difficult one because it comes down to what situation that is. But I say going with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, last one. Sweet or savory?
Oh my gosh, you can't do that as a Filipino. Because the thing is,
Yeah, 'cause there's
as a
sugar in the
As a
spaghetti.
as a Filipino, we can't separate the both.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel you.
I'd say savory sweet.
Savor sweet.
Okay. She got it right in there.
Okay, fine. We'll let you get it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm
I
happy
want to
that
give
you
a
guys-
big shout out to Vanessa Manzano from the Filipino
Yes.
School in New York, New Jersey, who linked us up with DJ
No,
Marino.
real.
Yes.
So I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
acknowledge them
Big shout out.
Yeah.
because
Big
this is
shout out.
community.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen
It wouldn't
without
happen
them.
if we're not doing this
Exactly. So
together.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Awesome. All right.
So you listen to Future Ancestors. Remember, you could check us out at futureancestors.tv on Instagram, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, check out our YouTube channel, Future Ancestors TV, as well. So on behalf of Kathryn Serrano, this is Jason Encite. We'll see you next time. Peace.